Big drama is brewing on General Hospital this Monday, June 16th. Jason rejects Drew's attempt at a compromise as tensions over Willow's custody rise. Jocelyn is ready to take risks as she snoops through Professor Dalton's phone, hoping to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, Carly makes a heartfelt romantic move, and Maxie sets a trap to end the bitter feud between Lulu and Brook. At the PCPD, Anna locks up Dante and Chase, forcing them to settle their issues.
And Sunny?
He offers Natalia a one-way ticket to a new life. Can she really walk away? Stay tuned for all the twists. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers Monday, June 16th. Jason rejects Drew's compromise. Jocelyn snoops on Dalton's phone. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, June 16th, reveal that Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, will reject Drew Kane's, Cameron Matheson, compromise while Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, plans to snoop on Professor Henry Hank Dalton's, Daniel Goddard, phone. Let's discuss what's coming up in Monday's exciting show. At the Quartermaine Mansion, Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, will have some legal advice for Tracy Quartermaine, Jane Elliott. Martin will insist there's a way they both could win, so he may pitch some sort of agreement between Tracy and Drew. Since Tracy was framed, Martin might urge her to find the real drugging culprit. That way, Tracy gets off the hook and Drew still gets justice. Of course, Drew already knows Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, and Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, set him up for a downfall using Jacinda, Paige Herschel, but he's keeping quiet about that news for now. As for Jocelyn, she'll talk to Vaughn, Bryce Durfee, about some information that could be on Professor Dalton's phone. If that info is indeed on there, Jocelyn will vow to get it. However, there'll be a lot at stake since Professor Dalton is sure to be suspicious if she gets caught. By the Metro Court pool, Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, and Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, will focus on their romance. After Carly suggests she should have done this a long time ago, Brennan will wonder what she means. Carly will have a surprise gift for Brennan, so she'll offer it up and touch his heart soon enough. Could it be a key to Carly's place or some other romantic gesture? At the PCPD, Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, will lay down the law with Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, and Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna. The two of you aren't going anywhere until you figure it out, Anna declares in Monday's GH preview video. Since this scene will be happening back in the lockup area, Anna may throw Dante and Chase in a jail cell until they can find a path to working together in peace. At GH, Drew's attempt to negotiate a solution for Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, will head south quickly. Although Drew summoned Jason hoping he could take a proposal back to Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, things won't go according to plan. Until Willow sees it, there will be no compromise. Jason shouts in Monday's preview clip. It previously seemed like Drew might be willing to remove himself from the situation entirely and leave Port Charles, but that may not be the pitch Drew makes in the end. Regardless, General Hospital spoilers say Jason will still think Willow is under Drew's spell, so stay tuned for updates as the drama escalates. Next update, Drew knows what he must do for Willow's sake, and Sunny has a solution for his and Natalia's Turner problem. Today on General Hospital, Tracy has a proposition for Alexis. Maxie tries to play peacekeeper, and Dante and Chase find themselves at odds. In his office, Drew speaks with Martin about Willow's case in hopes that it can be turned around and get Willow her kids back. Martin tells Drew that he's read over the judge's ruling and the case notes, and there is little room for appeal. They'll only lose again, which will devastate Willow a second time. They walked all over Michael's rights as a father, which is why they lost the case. Drew still doesn't understand how the judge ruled in Michael's favor. Martin says it's not the norm, and shared custody is usually the outcome in these types of cases. He tells Drew that Michael isn't cruel, and with time, Michael will likely let Willow into the children's lives again. Drew isn't sure, as Michael has made it clear as long as he's around, that won't happen. Drew also knows he's been painted the pariah who cost Willow everything. If he takes Scout, relocates to DC, and exits Willow's life for good, then perhaps Michael would give Willow access to her kids. He is starting to wonder if Willow would be better without him. Maxie sets Lulu straight. Lulu shows up at Maxie's place and is shocked that Maxie invited her over, let alone is still talking to her, as she may be the only person left who is. Maxie says she's been in her shoes before, meddling in others' personal lives. Lulu says Gio knows the truth now and has a huge family who loves him. She doesn't really think she did anything wrong. However, Maxie points out that Lulu went against a dying woman's wish and blew up Joe's memories of his mother. She tells Lulu this was not her secret to tell, but Lulu feels she was in the right, as she knows what it's like to have a secret about a child being kept from you. She doesn't mean to make Maxie feel guilty about Georgie, and says, unlike Britt and Valentine, she didn't break the law in keeping a child from their parent. Maxie asks Lulu to put herself in Brooklyn's shoes. Lulu says she's been doing that, but Maxie isn't so sure. Maxie gets frank and says that for everyone to heal and move forward, Lulu needs to take accountability for her part in what happened. Maxie points out that Brooklyn's relationship with her mother and grandmother will never be the same after this. Lulu says it's not her fault, as Lois and Gloria are the ones who lied. Brooklyn isn't giving up. At the Quartermain mansion, Brooklyn takes a call from Maxie. Maxie says she needs to work from home due to her kids and asks Brooklyn to meet at her place. Brooklyn is happy to. She then tells Tracy she's headed to Maxie's place to do some work for deception. Tracy is glad, as it should take her mind off other matters, like her ill-conceived vendetta against Lulu. Brooklyn makes it clear she's let nothing go, and if anyone other than Lulu had attacked her or her son, Tracy would be ready for war to defend her family. Tracy admits she's not wrong, but she and her friends just want her to heal, and constantly thinking about revenge isn't good for her. Maxie sets a trap. Back at Maxie's, Brooklyn arrives, spots her nemesis, and immediately accuses Lulu of scheming and using Maxie to get her here today. Maxie says she is the one who schemed on her own to pull this off, and this feud needs to end because it affects more than them. It's affecting people they love. Maxie points out that Tracy loves them both. Dante is the father of both their children, and it is only a matter of time before this fighting begins affecting Gio and Rocco's relationship. Lulu admits she didn't think about the long-term effects this would have. Maxie suggests that putting their anger aside may show Gio, Rocco, and Dante that they can move forward, too. Brooklyn agrees to accept Lulu's apology for her son and Rocco's sake. Lulu scoffs that she's not apologizing to her, and the only person she owes an apology to is Gio. She says she isn't sorry for what she did to Brooklyn, and she never will be. Marco meets with his mother. At Alexis' office, the lawyer sits in with Marco when he has a complicated matter involving his family. Natalia arrives and wonders why she's been summoned. Marco wants to discuss her arrest. Natalia notes that she could have used his help yesterday, but Marco only got her message this morning. Natalia says the DA has offered her a deal, which Alexis advises against taking without counsel. Marco wants to help her, and Natalie says Sidwell can't know any of this. They sit down and Natalia says this isn't her first DUI, so this one will carry a heavy sentence. The deal is for her to turn over everything she knows about Sonny. Alexis has to recuse herself as Sonny is Christina's father. Marco apologizes to Alexis as he had no idea this had to do with Sonny. Once alone, Natalia fills Marco in that the DA wants her to turn in information via a drive-through safety box today. He tells her not to do that until he meets with the DA. He asks if Sonny knows about any of this, and Natalia lies and says he doesn't. Marco knows the two of them have a bad history, but he would never see her hurt, and her life is in danger. Natalia insists Sonny would never hurt her. Tracy has a task for Alexis. Alexis stops by to see Tracy at the mansion and is not sure why she asked her over. Tracy says that, as Scout's grandmother, Alexis has rights in the state of New York, so she needs to sue Drew for custody of the girl. Alexis admits she's thought of it, but Drew loves his daughter, and Sam trusted Drew as a parent. She says Scout's life has been upended enough, and she doesn't want to add more chaos to it. Alexis reminds Tracy that if Willow and Drew leave for DC, they'll take Scout, which also disrupts the girl's life. She tells Tracy to find a new way to get back at Drew without using her granddaughter. Tracy lets the idea go and then rants about how Drew framed her for drugging him with ketamine. She asks Alexis what can be done about that. Alexis says if that is true, and she is innocent, the only way this case will move forward is with Drew's testimony and cooperation. She suggests she apologize, beg, and grovel to Drew, as her fate is in Drew's hands. Sonny fixes a problem. Sonny meets with Jason in his restaurant office, and they briefly discuss Willow and Michael's case, and that Willow fell apart. Sonny hopes she gets the help she needs, and whatever happens with Willow and Michael, they both know who is to blame. Moving on, Sonny brings up Natalia, who is becoming a real problem for him. Sonny fills him in on what has happened with Natalia and Turner, and that he can't let Natalia make a deal with the acting DA as it would open up a huge investigation into his finances. He calls her a liability, but she's been a good friend to him, and she lied on the stand at Ava's trial to protect Christina. He doesn't trust her completely, so Jason asks how he cuts his losses, protects himself, and not hurts Natalia. Later, Sonny has Natalia brought to see him, assuring her nobody followed the car he sent for her. She again says she is in this with him, and Sonny is glad to hear that, as he may have a way out. He offers to set her up with a new life and identity in Belize. She says she'd have to cut off her children, even though she doesn't exactly have a relationship with them. She can't fathom doing that. Sonny says she'd be sacrificing her life now for a better one. He promises he'll set her up with a wonderful new life, and it may be the only way to solve both their problems. Anna questions Turner's interests. In her office, Anna speaks with Molly about Natalia's arrest, and Turner taking the case after Molly had to recuse herself. Molly didn't even know Turner took it over, and assumed it would have gone to another ADA. Anna wonders what about this case piqued Turner's interest. Molly says ever since she stepped in for Robert that Turner has been cherry-picking high-profile cases, but this is just a DUI. Dante and Chase have issues. In the station, Dante shows up for work and tells Chase they should keep their talk focused on work. Chase says they don't have much to talk about, as the case he is working on is only his. Turner wants him to report only to her. He assumes she doesn't want Dante involved over a conflict of interest, which he doesn't know about yet, but could be his father. Dante isn't going to stand for this and decides to see Anna, who hasn't heard about this case yet. Dante heads to Anna's office to discuss Chase and his case. He runs into Molly, who is on her way out. They embrace, and Molly tells him to call her if he needs to talk. Anna asks Dante what she can do for him. Dante says his so-called partner is on a case he can't be involved in. Anna just found out the details, and she can't do anything about it. Dante says he guesses Chase told him the truth. Anna thinks he usually does, but Dante doesn't know anymore. He apologizes as this is a family issue, and he shouldn't have brought it to work. Anna thinks it's too late for that, and she can't help but think this is about what happened at the nurses' ball. Dante admits his life has been turned upside down, and he now has a 22-year-old son he knew nothing about. As they talk, Dante feels Anna is taking Chase and Brooklyn's side. Anna isn't, but she has empathy for Brooklyn as she kept the truth about Robin from Robert. She tells Dante that he has a right to be angry and feel betrayed, but he wasn't in Brooklyn's shoes, and it's never an easy situation as a mother. She got lucky, as Robert and Robin forgave her. She tells him that Robert focused on the relationship he and Robin had, not the past he missed, and what he couldn't change. Dante isn't sure he can swing that. Anna says that whatever he does, he must keep things professional with his partner. Dante returns to the station room. He tells Chase he is right, and he's not on this case. Dante gets riled up, and Chase asks Dante to calm down. Dante yells at him not to tell him what to do, as he knew he had a son, and didn't tell him. Chase was only honoring his wife's wishes. Dante says Chase should have manned up and ordered Brooklyn to tell him the truth. Chase yells that he doesn't give his wife orders, and it wasn't his secret to tell. Anna finally appears to break up their argument, realizing clearly that some changes are going to have to be made. Molly has some advice. Back at Alexis' office, Molly shows up to see her mom, but Marco says she stepped out. Molly introduces herself, and he says he was about to call her to discuss Natalia Ramirez's case. She says she can't help him as the acting DA Turner took over that case. He asks if she has advice on dealing with her. She tells him Turner is fair but hard. She has political ambitions, and what she wants, she usually gets. Drew's next big move. Jason meets with Drew at his office. Drew needs Jason's help, and it's about Michael. He wants to fix things for everyone and knows Michael won't even listen to him. He asks Jason to take a proposal to Michael for him. On the next General Hospital, Jason refuses Drew's request, and Anna locks Dante and Chase up. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.